Hi, I'm Claire from Kenilworth Primary, and we've been working with Empathy Lab for the past 3 years. Something that we did at the very beginning of working with Empathy Lab was we felt that it was really important to make sure that we had a real shared language around empathy and a real shared understanding of exactly what we were talking about. I first attended the training with a governor, and it was brilliant for us to discuss together and to agree exactly what we wanted from our work with Empathy Lab and why we felt it was important for us that we did this work and we committed to this as a school. Then we brought it back to school, and before talking to any of the children, we had 2 staff meetings, with the first of which was only about what is empathy. We looked at the excellent video by Sesame Street, because you've got to have Mark Ruffalo explaining what empathy is, and they do it so well for that, really breaking it down. And then we also looked at the Brené Brown video, which is a really good way of separating sympathy and empathy and making sure that we had a really clear understanding of what empathy is and what it isn't, to make sure we were all saying the right things and working together with our understanding. We then, before we went into the classrooms, we had a series of whole school assemblies where we worked together to make sure we really unpicked what empathy was. We had assemblies focusing on what perspective means and looking at things from different perspectives. We broke down what empathy is. We shared the videos with them of the Sesame Street as well. And we really unpicked what is empathy, looking at it in books and then practicing those skills together. The children were then able to go back into classrooms and discuss it, and all of the adults from those meetings and from the assemblies were able to make sure that what they were saying was aligned with what everybody else was saying. Once they'd done that, one thing that we did find with the children was that they found it very difficult to separate kindness and empathy. And they would say, oh, they're using their empathy, they were kind to me, or they used their empathy, they helped me. But what we did then with the children was really unpick what was their motivation? Why did they help you? If it's because they could see how you were feeling, they could understand your point of view and how you must be feeling, and that made them feel driven to help you, then yes, they were using their empathy. If they were just being nice, and that is brilliant, but that wasn't empathy skills. And we made sure they really knew what they were talking about when they said that somebody had shown good empathy skills. Following on from that, we then made sure that as a group of adults, we used that language while talking to them. So if there were incidents on the playground, we would say to them, okay, now using your empathy skills, can you try and see it from their point of view? Using your empathy skills, how do you think he felt when you said that? And by using that language with the children, they were able to stop and see things from another person's perspective. It kind of gave them the opportunities that they hadn't used before to reflect and try and see it from the other person's point of view. And first, that helped us reduce the amount of time we spent dealing with incidents, because we were able to get to the point much quicker. They were able to see it from someone else's point of view. They weren't just stuck in their mindset and in their only understanding their point of view. They could say, well, I guess actually they felt like that. And maybe when I did that, they felt a bit more upset on, and they were able to really unpick how the other children were feeling. Then it actually had a great impact for us of reducing the behaviour incidents, because they were able to see it from somebody else's point of view. They were then less likely to do the actions, or were able to go, oh, I'm really sorry, I didn't mean to do that, and break it down quicker.